Hi guys, welcome back to the Sicilian Revival. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a couple of tough league games away against Frosinone, and then we follow it up with a game at home against Vicenza. Since you were last with us, we've had a bit of a tough start to the league campaign. We had a 4-2 defeat against Parma, a 2-all draw at home against Cremonese, and a 2-1 defeat away at Hellas Verona. But then we turned up against Feralpicello and won by 6 goals to 0. And to be quite honest, in terms of general performances, we've been pretty reasonable, if truth be told. We've looked quite decent, and in terms of going forward, we're not doing too badly. So going into these games, it is going to be tough, but I am hopeful that we can find a little bit of momentum. 4 points from our first 4 games, and we're level with that ratio at the moment, which is what we wanted to set out for the season. Frosinone got relegated from Serie A last year. It's going to be a very tough game, this one. But they haven't had the best of starts either. They're currently sat bottom of the league, and then obviously we're at home against Vicenza. We have to do well in our home games. But before we get into that game against Frosinone, we have had a little bit of transfer bits and pieces go on. Parmigiani ended up leaving for Matera for £16,000. We managed to replace him immediately with Oumar Diakite, a 32-year-old centre-back, former Senegalese international, 3-star of current ability. He's 6'3", pretty solid enough, so we brought him in as a backup in there. And for the first time, we've actually spent some money on a player. Faco Koulibaly came in from Numancia in Spain, and he's a Malian under-20 international. He's only 18 years of age, can play left back, centre back, and right back. £92,000, 5'11". I think he's pretty good. Yes, his defence, his technical attributes do need work, but at the age of 18, I think he'll be a very really good signing. He's a very determined character, good amount of fitness and stamina, and a very good work rate as well. Hopefully, he can become a really good player for us. And lastly, it was another free transfer. Marcus Kmech came up on deadline day as a potential option to sign. It was a free transfer, and he largely plays out wide, can also play in the attacking central midfield and up front. It just gives us another option in there should we want to rotate. And again, if nothing comes from it, we can always sell him on for a profit. And he looks like a decent player as well. Really good mental attributes, decent physicals. Yes, his technicals aren't the best, but he's a really good dribbler, great first touch, and a really good technique as well. So hopefully he could potentially provide something for us in the future. So we've spent £92,000. In terms of budgets, we are a little bit strapped for cash, but nothing changes there anyway. Um, but overall, it's been a reasonable transfer window. We're not looking particularly good financially still. £2.8 million in debt now, and we're just trying desperately to find a way of sorting out, but it's just not happening at the moment. So going into today's game, we've got Hein in goal with Grimeland, Tepsic, Carstens, and Kabongo at the back. Sacco, Albaricin, and Tavares the midfield three with Schaub and Banzuzi in behind Ravaglioli. We've had some really good performances so far, as you can see with the actual player ratings. Sacco has scored a couple of goals from set pieces as we wanted him to, and I've got no complaints to be honest. Yes, we've only won the one game in our opening 4 matches. We knew it was going to be a big step up, but we've we've done really well, if truth be told. That even the games that we've lost, we've looked reasonably sharp, and we have kept things reasonably tight. So hopefully we can go into this game and do the same. If we can get any kind of result away from home, it would be excellent. But home games are going to be key for us this season. That is where we are going to get the majority of our points. So going into today's game, like I say, I'm not expecting too much. Frosinone did get relegated last season. They haven't had the best of starts, but if we can just get the odd opportunity and convert it, we'll look quite good. But to put it into perspective, Frosinone have just sold Marco Bresciani for £13.5 million. Obviously, formerly of Serie A last year. So, you know, in terms of from a financial perspective, we can't compete with a lot of the teams in this league, and we're probably spending the least in relation to wages as well. So to be doing what we're doing at the moment, I think we're doing very well, and hopefully that will continue. Sekoe into Grimeland, now Tavares into Albaricin, plays it into Ravaglioli, just holds on to possession, lays it back to Carstens, and we start again from the back. Shalanda Kabongo into Carstens again. Sacco into Schaub. Look at the space there for Grimeland, and he cuts in. I mean, He had space to run into. It's fallen nicely for Ravaglioli, and the strike was actually pretty decent, but Lotus with a comfortable claim from the save in the end. Um, but straight up, I'd take a 0-0 draw. If truth be told, I would take a draw in this game. Hadji here with a delivery, good claim by Carl Jakopine. And Brazil, incidentally, has ended up injured as well. So, opportunity for Hein in the next few matches to really establish himself in the squad. Sacco with a header, couldn't find Albarracin. Marquisa couldn't quite get it past Albarracin either, but unfortunately just couldn't get it under control. And Frosinone maintain possession, and Seccherone into Preciado, coming down this right-hand side, cuts in a little bit, finds Mata, and now Casso. Again, down this left-hand side, Casso cuts in, and it's quite a way off target considering where he was, and I think we got away with one there defensively a little bit. Just need to be a little bit more aware. But so far, we're keeping it at 0-0. I can't offer too many complaints. Overall, the opposition have had more possession, but in relation to chances, it remains quite even. Here is Maita into Marquisa. Again, coming down this left-hand side, we are trying to track them, but it's proving a little bit difficult to keep up the pace at the moment. Maita into Preciado, and now Caramo. Into the penalty area he goes, and that is poor from Carl Jakopine and Jan Caramo. I mean, I think Jan Caramo's actually came through the academy at Paris Saint-Germain, so this is the kind of quality we're up against this season. And if we can find a way of staying up, I think it will probably, arguably, be one of the biggest achievements that we could possibly get in what has been a pretty rewarding time here so far. Sharpe with the delivery. It's just about cleared away. Albarracin couldn't quite beat Castle to it, and he's just left him to it, and Castle's got loads of space to run into. I mean, Albarracin should have stuck with him, really. And Jan Caramo into the penalty area he goes. He continues his run, and Hein just tips it over the crossbar. And I know we play with a narrow formation, but we've got to be tracking them and keeping up that challenge there. Hadji here with the ball into the far post, and Hein comfortably makes the claim in the end. And we'll just offer a little bit of encouragement, to be honest. We've not played badly as such. It's just the quality of the players that we're up against this season, and I think we're going to be very unlucky a lot of the time this season. But it is what it is. Schaub with the delivery, and there is Sacco from the corner, and once again, that's his third goal of the season already. And I think these set pieces are going to be the difference from us staying in this league or being relegated. It's another really good delivery from Schaub, and it's another good header from Sacco. And at 6'7", he is going to be such a danger throughout the whole campaign. And we're back level. Here is Hadji with the free kick, and it clips the crossbar and goes over. Potential danger in that one, but Schaub here with the delivery toward Carstens. They managed to just about get it clear. Well, it was recycled back in by Carstens there. I was somewhat surprised. It's fallen for Schaub with the strike, and it's off the underside of the crossbar, and it's fallen for Banzuzi. Marquisa tried to make the clearance, and I think it just kind of hit Banzuzi. I'm not complaining by any means. We are ahead now away at Frosinone, and following on from that fantastic result against Ferral Pisalo of 6-0, we're looking like we could potentially steal a result here as well. But, I mean, Marquisa's clearance is so poor there. Banzuzi, 6'3", of course. We've got a lot of height in this team now. Managing to get the finish, and this could be a huge win if we can hold on to it. 15 minutes to go. We are struggling for fitness, and we are going to have to make some changes. Tepsic into Ravaglioli, takes the ball into the space and tries to get down this left-hand side. And for whatever reason, Schaub just didn't make the run there. He just completely paused his run. He was definitely onside, but he just didn't fancy it as the keeper clears forward looking for Hadji. Tepsic again with the header. And now Sacco into Banzuzi. And now Grimeland coming down this left-hand side into Tavares. Now Sacco again. Tepsic. Sacco. Doing well with the possession, to be fair. We seem to have picked it up a bit, but Tepsic has just tried a little bit too hard there, and it's fallen for Borelli. And Borelli turns, gets the strike away. It's a very good goal from Gennaro Borelli. Tepsic's mistake is punished, and to be honest, in Serie C, it may not have been, but at this level, we have got to be on point. We're going to drop a bit more encouragement. We're just going to pause there. We're going to get some fresh legs on in that midfield, I think. El Shaarawy and Thomas Burdick are going to come on in the attacking midfield. We'll take Albericin off and bring Mohamed Besic on. Sacco can stay on there purely for his set-piece threat. And Grimeland is struggling as well at left-back. That's the only issue I have with Grimeland. He really does struggle in terms of fitness. We'll get a debut there for Koulibaly. And I mean, Ravaglioli is such a danger. I can't afford to take him off either, just in case. And obviously, we offered the encouragement. Everyone seems happy enough. Can we hold on for a point here? Losas here with the delivery forward for Frosinone. Good. Header from Borelli. Ravaglioli with a vital tackle. Now El Shaarawy loses out, but Besic picks it up. Space on this right-hand side, lays it back in the end to Carstens. Now Sacco into Burdick. Ravaglioli in behind. Oh, good save from Losas. That could have been a big moment from our point of view. But again, we're proving how competitive we are, and I think that is something to certainly maintain. We've got to keep positive with these things, and we're certainly giving a very good account of ourselves. El Shaarawy toward the far post, and Losas makes the claim. Unfortunately, he read that one once again. But considering Frosinone were in Serie A last season, they've still got some very good players. Have we had some good performances today? Not. I mean, Schaub, Grimeland, Banzuzi, and Sacco, fantastic. The rest of the team did struggle a bit, but we've come away with a 2-2 draw. And, you know, I think we've done very well to get that result. Hopefully, that kind of form will continue. We're up against Vicenza next. And where are they? So they're just a little bit behind us at the moment, but you know, I think we've got every chance against Vicenza. We need to do well at home. That's what it boils down to. We have to do well in our home games, and hopefully we can do so. It's in 9 days' time, so we've got quite a time frame to go until we get to that match. So bear with me. We'll come back for that game, and hopefully another good result is incoming. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game at home against Vicenza. They incidentally did win their game in hand, so they are now sat above us in the table. A win for us today could see us go as high as 11th place, which would be quite a nice place to be, and it would see us on 8 points from 6 games, so just slightly over that ratio. As I mentioned before, we need to do well in our home games. We seem to have a set starting 11 at the moment, which is fantastic. It means that the side will settle into a bit of a rhythm. And as you can see, in relation to the midfield, we are getting that quality. Because of the good performances we've had, we have got that quality in there. And we've got decent backups as well. Enzo Chato could make his debut today. He comes in on the bench for the first time. Koulibaly came on just for a couple of minutes at the end of the last game. So again, he could make his debut proper as such. And Kmech could come in for his debut as well. Zavicintas is out long term, along with Brazil, Apaya, Nonchvoende, and Camden is still just got a knock, but they miss out as well. Crespi, I'm still not too sure what to do with him at the moment. He may be a player that we try and sell, if truth be told. He's never really got going in the way of goal scoring for us, and obviously with the new signings that we've made in the likes of Van der Plas, and obviously Kmech can play up front as well, despite his lack of finishing ability. We may let him go, and if it's going to generate money, anything will be appreciated. Um, Talks of a takeover have cooled a little bit in recent times. The board don't really want to relinquish any kind of control, which you can understand why. We're doing well at the moment as a football club, despite the financial pressures. In terms of the stature of the game, we're hoping to establish ourselves as a Serie B side. So positives indeed. Kabongo with a throw. Ravaglioli brought down by Reilly. No foul given. Did they get away with it? 50-50 really. Kabongo plays it into Banzuzi down this right hand side. Can he get it across? He's got support, finds Kabongo. In the penalty area he goes. He took a huge deflection and it ends up wide. Really good attempt, but just not quite falling for us. Schaub with the resulting corner. Swings it to that far post. The keeper's come charging out, Kubek, and makes a good claim. But again, it won't take long before the team starts to find us out a little bit with these set pieces. Sacco's already scored a few goals this season. Hopefully he can score a few more before it really starts to settle into a bit more of a rhythm. Ravagliola here into Tepsic. Now Grimeland into Sacco. Just holds on to it, finds Tepsic, and now Grimeland again. Just laying it back. Grimeland again coming down this left-hand side. Finds Tavares, who makes a really good turn. That's a lovely little delivery. And Banzuzi on the volley with a lovely finish. It's his fourth goal already for the club. He has really settled in very, very quickly to that attacking midfield role. And it's a little bit harsh on Thomas Burdick, to be honest, because he's not really had too much of a look in. With Schaub's set-piece delivery, certainly proving to be very dangerous with Sacco as the target. And Banzuzi's finishing ability at the moment, he's really struggling to get into the side. And El Shaarawy is another one who's struggling to get into the side, and he may end up wanting to leave because he's not getting that first team football. And El Mazzuni tries to get the strike away. It's well blocked. And now Shrivers into Sandon, back to Haneljak. And now El Mazzuni again into Shrivers from distance. And that's a good save from behind. It was a thunderous effort from Shrivers there. Really good save from behind to keep it out. And Vicenza here with a corner through Fernando, whips it in toward that far post, and I mean it was nowhere near Rocker in the end, and it's gone straight out for a goal kick. And bit of a 50-50 game so far. Both sides creating opportunities. We have got the goal though, so that is our advantage, of course. And in relation to possession, again, relatively even, but we're not looking too bad. And again, as I've said, we need to make the most of these home games. We have to get these good results in at home this season. And then games like that game against Frosinone last time out, to get a really good 2-2 draw away from home against the side of Frosinone's quality is a phenomenal result. And just the odd couple of results here and there like that away from home, if we can win 10 games out of our 18, 19 at home, I will be more than happy. Here is Tepsic into Schaub. Plays it forward. Vaglioli couldn't quite beat Rocker to it. Very unlucky there. And really into Sandon. We're just approaching half time. We're keeping the pressure on. Can we force Vicenza into a mistake here? It would be nice just before half time. And that pass just falls for Del Monte. I thought it was going to be a bit of a mistake there, but the pass fell not for the player they intended it to, but it fell for one of their own indeed. And Fernando plays it in, and there is the equaliser, and that is very unlucky. Prezalik with the finish, and again defensively just switching off a little bit. It was a good delivery from Fernando. I'm not knocking that, but again we're just a little bit of a struggle at the back, and we'll try and get the lads to G themselves up a bit in this second half, and hopefully we can find a way to win this game. But even draws at home, it's still better than losing, of course. So any points on the board will be very grateful for. I'm not going to lie. And in terms of the match stats, again, we're playing very good football. It's just lacking that little bit of quality on occasion, I think. And we'll drop some encouragement to the lads because again, we've played well so far today, and there is no way that we should be disappointed with how we're doing. The Kabongo just holds on to it on this right hand side and lays it back to Carstens. And again, we're looking at that patient build up again. And Tepsic now into Albarracin, into Schaub. Plays it forward. Vaglioli, hint of offside maybe. The shot was off target anyway. And I think it was just a goal kick in the end. But again, really positive play. Shalanda Kabongo and Albarracin exchanging passes. Kabongo coming down this right hand side, tries to cut in. Finds Albarracin. And now Carstens. Only Schaub, by the looks of things, is struggling a little bit fitness-wise today. Kabongo and Carstens, to be fair, will just pause there for a minute. And Schaub, I mean, he's had a good game today. We'll get El Shaarawy on for him. And we'll get Van der Plas on as well for Vaglioli. He has had a quiet game. And other than that, I think we'll just leave it be for now. We're looking quite solid at the moment. But those two changes, I think, could help. And Van der Plas, obviously, we need to get him some game time as Sacco just gets there, finds Tavares, has an opportunity to play a pass. He carries it further and further, tries to play it in. He wins it back off shooting, plays it in now, and Bravaglioli's shot is blocked by the defender. And can we recycle? No, we can't. Shalanda Kabongo couldn't keep it in. And it remains 1-1. The substitutions have now taken place. Again, a couple of players just starting to struggle and a little bit for fitness, but there's only a couple of minutes left. And in all honesty, I'll take the point. It's been a good game. Both sides creating reasonably the same amount of chances. We had a few extra attempts at goal, but nothing concrete and on target. So a 1-1 draw at half at the full-time whistle. So, you know, we're showing good signs, especially at this level. And most importantly, we're still above that. We're level with that threshold, 6 points from 6 games, and we're above that relegation zone. And that's exactly where we need to try and maintain. We've got a lot of tough games coming up as well. I mean, every game's going to be tough this season anyway. Like some Medina and Ascoli, who are down near the bottom at the moment as well. So we'll probably get through the next 4 games or so. Um, Incidentally, I mean, we play Ascoli twice very early in the season. That's a very strange one, that is. We play them at home, and then a month later, we play them in the away game. So we'll get through the next 4 games. We'll come back for Venezia and Ascoli at the end of October, and hopefully we can continue our resilience. And 3 games unbeaten and 1 defeat in 5. I'm quite pleased with that. So Venezia and Ascoli, 2 away games. Could be tough in the meantime, but we'll see how things go. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.